Not to rehash the story too much, I got sideswiped by a guy on the highway the other day. It's pushed me back in my journey a little bit, but I'm ready to start pushing back and start getting myself moving again in a positive direction, or at least slow down this negative momentum that I have. And I do not want to push it too hard. I've been talking to my doctor about this and making sure that this is right for my body. I recommend you talk to your doctor as well and see whether this is right for you. This is Feel Better with Lauren. I'm Lauren. Thanks for joining me. Hit like, notify, subscribe, and give me a follow. This is a time for a reset for me. I just want to get myself moving. I do not want to push it. And maybe this is a good time for you. Maybe you haven't tried this before. Maybe you have some mobility challenges and you just want to get moving as well. So maybe let's do this together. It's going to be a super short video. I'm just going to move around and start loosening up my back a little bit. I'm not pushing it too hard. Let's do this together. Hi. So a lot of my challenges on my left side because I got hit on the driver's side and things have all sort of locked up, which is sort of natural, but I just want to get them moving again. So we're going to sit here cross-legged if you can, or however you can on the floor if you can, and we'll do a little bit of breath work and then we'll just move around a little bit. This will be sort of on our back mostly or sitting up. So let's get a nice posture, sit cross-legged if you can, or however you want to sit. And we'll do 3 breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth, get rid of that stale air, and then we're going to box breathe for a few beats, okay? So let's box breathe in, 5 breaths in, hold for 5, exhale for 5, hold for 5. Don't strain yourself. If you can't hold at the end with no air, just take a breath, just slowly breathe through and then catch up on each loop. We'll do sort of 3 rounds of that. So in through your nose, and all going through your nose. So in through your nose for 5, hold for 5, release for 5, hold for 5. In for 5, hold, release. Hold. In for 5. Hold. Release. And hold. Maybe doing that box breathing a little bit more. If that's good for you, you could pause the video and keep going. For here, we'll just do some gentle stretches. Okay, again, we're not usually, you're trying to flatten yourself a bit more, but we're not doing that today. We're just getting ourselves moving. So we'll just do a forward bend over our cross legs, and then we'll switch our legs. So inhale and see where you can go. Maybe you can just touch the floor in front. Maybe you can just sort of sink down a little bit. And as soon as you can start feeling it, especially for me, I don't want to push anymore. Let's hold for a few breaths. And each time you breathe in through your nose, you create some space and breathe out, and maybe you can sink in a bit. Gently push yourself back up and change your legs crossed. And again, inhale and then exhale to create some space, only to where you're comfortable. As relaxed as you possibly can be. Now, inhale, push up, and we'll just try a butterfly. I'm going to keep my feet quite far away this time. I just want to let my legs hang open a little bit. You can put your hands underneath here if you want some support, or you can put some blocks. And the further away that you put your feet, the easier it is, or the less strenuous it is. So I'm going to put halfway, even though I'd spent all that time getting my stretching going. I now want to do a lot less, and I'm just going to fall into this a little bit, and just until I can feel a tiny little bit in my back. If wherever you are, doesn't matter. Let's just hold that for a few breaths. Help your legs up a little bit. And now we're going to do what I'd call sitting at the beach pose on a blanket. Now here, sometimes I do a reverse tabletop, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to engage my back too much. So I'm just going to push forward and get some sun on my chest on an inhale. And then when I exhale, I'm just going to sink back a little bit, just to where it's comfortable. And inhale. And exhale. And I'll just do one more because it is feeling okay, but I don't want to push it. Get some sun and sink back. Now back up to the sitting on the beach pose. I'm going to put my right leg over top of and that feels okay. And I just want to sort of push myself forward a little bit until I start to feel a stretch. And that's about all I can do right now. And I'll just breathe into that stretch. Put that leg down and try the other side. Again, if you're not feeling it, you can just do sit on the beach pose. This leg is definitely harder. I guess it's not surprising. I just want to push in a little bit, just until I feel the stretch, but nothing more. That's about all I got. I'm going to lean forward now and just hug my knees to my chest. And that's a bit of a stretch, but it feels good. And I'm going to roll back slowly and see if I can keep my knees into my chest. And that feels okay. Just hold that for a sec. Now I'm going to straighten my left leg. You might want to hold up your leg if you can, but I think I'm just going to let that fall down so I can get the stretch and pull this right knee to my chest even more. And that's a pretty good stretch. I know on the other side it's going to be harder. Now with this leg still tucked, I'm going to roll over onto my left side. A bit of a supine twist, but I know I don't want to switch my back. So I'm just going to reach my arm behind me. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do. If you're feeling it going, put this arm right straight out, then do that. But I just want to do just ever such a slight stretch on my back. I'm going to slowly roll back up, put both my knees to my chest again, just to sort of get my spine back in gear again. That actually feels really good right now. And I'm going to try it with my right leg down. Again, you can hover your right leg if that's what feels good, but I'm going to relax my foot down and just try to keep that up. And that not surprisingly, doesn't go as comfortably up. But I can feel the stretch. It feels nice. Maybe you can only go this far. Like, there's no need pushing anything. Just do whatever you can right now. Now we're going to try the supine on the other side, keeping your leg up and rolling to your right. And put this back one behind. And that's good. Bring my legs back up together again, knees to my chest, just to sort of align my spine nicely. Put your feet down and just windshield wiper your feet a little bit. This is just sort of getting things moving. This is not pushing things. I'm going to do a very low bridge pose just to engage my glutes, engage the back of my legs, but I'm not going to push up as high as I normally would. And I'll tuck my shoulders and that'll support me a little bit too. So nothing hard. I'm engaging rather than pushing. And even that's good too. I just go on my toes and slowly come down. Knees again to my chest. And squeeze in and we'll hold that for a couple of seconds. Now we'll send our feet off to the corners of our mat. I'm not going to call it corpse's pose today, but that's what it is. I'll just breathe and be happy that I'm here. And sometimes I'm getting frustrated that some idiot driver would do that. But more than anything, I'm just glad I'm here. And no matter what your situation, a little bit of positive momentum and a little bit of forward direction, that can be good for you. We'll see you in the next video. Always talk to your healthcare professional before starting a new regime. If you experience pain, discomfort, or dizziness, slow down or stop. These videos will become easier each day, but if it doesn't feel right today, go slower or move to another video. Listen to your body.